Gaming with MJ and Blue and friends.
Let's talk gaming, everybody. That's right. We are a podcast all on gaming. We talk weekly news on Minecraft, as well as following the continued production of Hytale, which has had some pretty interesting updates. But that's not all. We really discuss anything gaming, all topics, all games, past, present, PC, console, doesn't matter. We get into it and we enjoy our conversations, that's for sure. And as MJ pointed out, we actually have two guests today. We have J-Man back for the second time. Thanks for being a recurring guest there, J-Man.
Hey.
And we have a first-time guest, actually my wife. Vonder is here with us today. Hi, Vonder.
Hello.
Okay. So we're going to get into talking with them a little bit in a little bit here, but we'll probably start off with our standard, what we've been up to this week. And maybe we'll start with MJ, but then we'll go through our guests, and I'll be last. So MJ, why don't you go through that? What have you been up to this week?
So I continue to try to get my server up on 26.2. I keep adding and upgrading and it's very beta, but it is finally stabilizing. It's on like the 62nd version of it, so pretty good now. Usually it gets up to about 100 and it starts to stabilize, so it's actually pretty good. That's doing very well. So that's been a big thing. I've been playing a lot too. Been playing a lot 26.2, so that means dealing with the sulfur block and the cinnabar, which has been pretty nice. I like the cinnabar. I like the red, and I never thought I would like the yellow, but it actually has sort of a gold luster to it. I don't know if you've ever played with it and mess with it, but once you get into the what do they call it, the where it's shinier, where you can make it like the bricks. You can turn it into bricks and make the brick version of it. So the slabs and all that, it actually looks pretty good. It's sort of got a goldish tinge to it, and it's somewhat attractive. And so I've been kind of liking the yellow. I think I might just make the yellow like the ground though. I mean like stairs and walkways and such, but I still I don't favor it too terribly because I'm not a big fan of yellow, but I do like the cinnabar. So far I've just made a little house and growing some food, but I have been able to dig enough, and I've dug around, and I've gotten to get familiar with the textures. I've been kind of playing with the texture, what it works with, what it doesn't work with. I really don't like what I've done so far, so I'm going to have to play with it a lot more because it's really difficult, these new colors to deal with, with the cinnabar color. And I don't know. I'm still playing with it. We'll have to see.
Cool.
But beyond that, I've got my polyhedral dice tool that I finally got. It arrived this morning, and I'll talk about that more later, maybe on some other podcast. But I know I've mentioned it, so I did finally get it. So it's something it's a project I backed, and it has now been delivered.
Very cool. Nice. Well, thanks for sharing all that there, MJ. How about you, J-Man? What have you been up to?
As far as this past week, I have not played any games at all.
That's all good.
I mean, maybe you could count maybe a little bit of solitaire, but I've not really played any games.
You don't play games on your phone, right?
Not really. Not really. I do have solitaire on my phone, and I
like to call it toilet time.
Actually, honestly, I'll be honest. When it comes to toilet time, it's probably YouTube Shorts or something like that.
That's the best place for them.
Yeah.
They deserve that.
Maybe in lieu of the no game, I might say something else. It's a stretch to be related to gaming, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So we watched the movie Hail Mary. I really love that movie. And I know you guys have commented on it too. And I really wanted a model of that. So I looked it up. I didn't really see anything at the time. I just looked on Amazon, and I didn't really see anything at the time except for one thing. And I was like, it wasn't exactly what I was thinking, but it's cool because it's a mixture of another thing I love. So I put it on my personal list on the YouTube app or Amazon app. And just yesterday, I got home and my wife had me a present. I was like, oh, what's this? And so I open it, and guess what she got me?
No.
Oh, a Lego,
Wow.
dude.
The Lego set for Hail
Let me
Mary?
get that.
Project Hail
Yeah.
Mary 6. That's
That's cool.
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to building that and putting that together. It'd be really nice to be part of the gaming room. So I'm looking forward to that. And so it's it's a little bit of a stretch for being gaming, but I was excited. I thought that was
It's not
really
a
cool.
stretch for us.
Yeah,
You know how wide we cast that net of gaming and enjoyment and entertainment. So
yeah, so
we're well within it.
I
yeah.
think Legos will always count. So
Yeah, for sure.
It is a puzzle. It's a
is.
3D puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle.
Your wife must really love you to give you Legos.
Hmm. Indeed.
What a gift.
I did
I
make it
have
easy
gotten
for her.
Legos before from my wife, so
Yeah.
that's good. It's Minecrafty, but okay.
I guess I need to step up the game.
You are behind.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
I-
I'm pretty sure I'm the one that promised her a specific
that's
Lego,
true.
so I think I need to fulfill that
He
promise
promised
first.
me a Jurassic Park Lego, and I haven't gotten it yet.
All right.
You know, you also have a nice 3D printer there that she was okay with. So
Yeah, it's true. She did allow that, so there is a very big plus to that one too. Well, J-Man, thank you for sharing all that. What about you, Vonder? What have you been up to this week? Anything gaming related?
Subnautica?
Yeah,
And then maybe we played a little Minecraft. I can't remember what day we did that.
I think that was this. It was either this week or
Was
last
it
week. Yeah,
Monday that we played some Subnautica together, or
I
Sunday?
seen you on the server, didn't I?
wait a minute. Maybe. I know we played Subnautica this. So Vonder finally got me into it. She was wanting me to play, and we decided, okay, we're going to start fresh. So that's why that ended up happening. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's a grind.
we did do that.
Subnautica's a grind to start.
To
Oh,
start,
yeah.
yes. And
But-
then it's the whole, do you let the person who's never played experience it themselves, or do you direct them on what to do? That's a hard one,
There is a-
because you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs like, we could be doing this now, but I'm gonna let
You'll need to grab that, by the way. Grab some of
Yeah.
that. While you're passing it back, grab. No.
go back.
You know, you could do an interesting concept. You could do a blind playthrough where Vonder, you blind yourself, and he just describes where he's going, and you tell him what to do.
Oh,
Some people have done Long Dark that way. I say some people. There's a content creator. I don't remember her name, but she did that. It was blind playthroughs where she would have a guest on, and they would be telling her what's going on, and she would just tell them what to do. And it was a fun way of training somebody how to play a game without actually, pushing them around.
Yep.
Interesting. It's an
a
interesting
good
concept.
TLD player can tell you like that what zone you're in, right?
Mhm.
And so hearing the description, you'd be like, Pleasant Valley.
Yeah.
You're near the farm. Go this way.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to consider that, especially if we ever try to do a live stream of it. That might be fun.
It would be hard because Subnautica is so beautiful. I don't think I'd want to be blindfolded.
Want to see the game?
It's really pretty.
Very good. So obviously, for me, I'm kind of in the similar boat with Vonder. Just a bit of Subnautica too, which was a lot of fun. Finally getting to play it myself, and I still have that itch of I never finished Subnautica 1, but I'm thinking because Subnautica 2 isn't done yet, when I do get to the end of what's available, maybe I'll jump into Subnautica 1 and try to finish it. We'll see. But I also played a little bit of Citizen Sleeper this week too. I'm still trying to finish that game. And I'm really enjoying the story, and I feel like I'm starting to finally get a good grasp of the mechanics of the game. So that's been kind of an interesting little process. And the biggest thing that's been occupying my time has been still working on my app, the Nexum app. And I think in general, it's coming along really well. Still a lot of bugs, still a lot of issues that I'm running into. We're actually using it tonight to try to coordinate this podcast episode, which has been giving me some very good hints at some issues that the app currently is running into. So hopefully I'll be able to iron some of those things out. But I'm actually super happy with how it's turning out. So that was pretty much how my week's been. All right. Well, I think probably get into our, I guess, segment next. Of course, J-Man has already been on our episode before, so he's actually shared his history with gaming, but we're going to throw it over to Vonder here for a second. So Vonder, share with the audience, what is your history with gaming? What have you played? What do you remember the most, or even your oldest memory? What do you got?
I would say the oldest memory, we were at, I don't remember whose house we were, some family member that is older than us. And it was the Duck Hunt game from Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and I got to play it. That's my oldest memory.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my older brother, who is J-Man.
There happens to be a connection.
I know the family member you're talking about.
So we grew up. It was just me and him growing up, and we played together on mostly Super Nintendo and N64. But we'd always play like Super Mario Brothers, and I was always Luigi, never Mario. That's always the little sibling, negativity there. You're always Luigi. Never Mario.
The second born.
But I think Luigi. Luigi's cool, except for Mario's cooler.
Debatable.
But yeah, we I think N64 was the most memorable, and what we had the most games of, like Star Fox and Beetle Adventure Racing, and of course the traditional Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64. That was my favorite. So yeah.
Did you guys have a lot of gaming parties when you were younger? I'm just curious.
We had a few that the name of them shall not be named.
Mentioned.
The game shall not be mentioned. We do not play those games anymore.
Oh.
But I remember being 15 and we had just a big group of friends. Bring your TVs and your consoles, and we all just sat there and played this specific game.
Nice.
LAN parties.
The old school. With consoles, though, that's even more interesting.
Well, it was a hype back then. It was a hype.
And I have early pictures of you, Vonder, playing Mario Kart on the floor of my living room.
I won most time.
You did? You're a good player.
We had this young friend. He always would get upset when I would win.
Oh, he would hate to lose. Oh my goodness. It was so fun to watch him lose. I would just lose right away just so I could see him lose. just get me out of the way.
Do I know this person?
Yeah.
I'll have to ask you later. I'm curious.
I mean, I don't know if we can say his name or not. I don't know.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a gaming handle? You can go by gaming handles.
I don't think he does. I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
As a kindness. As a kindness.
Poor losing, we'll call it.
It was so much fun, though.
Loser so-and-so.
Watch him get upset.
That was not a kindness, was it?
That's all you can do with poor losers.
I don't even know who it is.
They're just fun to watch.
I don't even know who it is. So I will give that out. I don't even know who you're talking about. So
I don't either, so you're good. Or apparently I might. Very cool. Well, thank you very much, Vonder. Appreciate you sharing your history. You have more?
First time I was introduced to Minecraft.
Oh, yes, please.
Was with MJ.
Oh, MJ introduced you to Minecraft,
MJ introduced. I don't remember what year it was, but
we're talking like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he had a server even all the way back then, and people joined. I remember building my little square house
out of dirt.
And this little stairway all the way down. Yeah.
I remember you loved the flowers. It was all about the flowers back then, I think.
I don't remember.
She still's big into the decorations, so she still likes that stuff.
I just remember that I was terrified of the monsters.
Oh, yeah?
Like almost frozen. Can't do anything, terrified.
Freak you right out.
And you were how old?
Please. But yeah, that's my first introduction to Minecraft was through MJ.
Nice, so even more of a connection.
And
Let's
how
see,
old
she's
were you when you were
teenager.
afraid of these monsters?
Teenager.
People have healthy fears, even at old ages. So
She may still freak out once in a while when they're attacking her.
Or if they go to an upper section of a Subnautica base and
Oh
find
my
something
goodness.
they didn't expect.
Do you want to tell that story?
We could tell. Let's save it for our Subnautica talk. I think we have plenty of material for Subnautica later. All right. Anything else, guys, before we move on to the next segment? No? Everybody good? All right. Okay, so now we are on our regular Minecraft and Hytale news section. So I'm going to cover Minecraft today, and MJ is going to cover Hytale. Minecraft's a bit shorter. Hytale's got a lot going on for it right now. It was pretty impressive to see one of their big showcases for their updates. I am very interested to see where that goes. But maybe we'll just cover Minecraft real quick, and then MJ can get us into Hytale. So as far as Minecraft, we're on. We had a 26.3 Snapshot 4 come out a few days ago, and basically it just ran into some general issues that they had. This was on the 16th. So one of the things they noticed was that there was exclusive full screen mode on Windows would cause the game to crash in certain situations. So especially if you were using multiple monitors. So that was something that they were seeing that they haven't, from what I understand from the article, they haven't fixed it yet, but they noticed it. And also entering exclusive full screen mode also crashes the game on Wayland, which I'm not 100% sure what Wayland is, but that's kind of the situation. So that's something that the Minecraft team has noticed, and they're probably going to work on. A new feature. They're adding a new feature. Players in spectator mode can now interact with portals to teleport. So instead of just flying straight through something, they can actually teleport when you're in spectator mode. I don't know why. Maybe MJ, you've played around with this before, but I thought you could do that before. Was that never a thing? I mean, obviously they're saying it wasn't, but I thought if you're even in spectator mode, if you flew through a portal, you'd teleport.
Yeah, you can.
So
It would
maybe
do it
this is-
instantly. Like it wouldn't do the swoosh. It would just instantly teleport you if you're in creative.
So there must be something more to that I'm just not seeing.
Well, are we talking about Bedrock?
This, I believe, no, this one is Snapshot. So this is Java. Yeah.
Java. Okay. Yeah, Java used to teleport you instantly in
Hmm.
creative.
So there might be more to that. Might require a little bit more research, but that's what was in the article. And finally, just a tweak. So armadillos, they no longer try to roll up when submerged in liquid. So I guess when they were in water, they would roll up when they got scared or whatever. And apparently they didn't like that, so they tweaked it so they wouldn't do that anymore. I don't know if maybe they just sank, maybe when they rolled up, and that's just what happened.
Probably
Not sure.
affected farming. I don't know what they're good for.
Maybe.
I've never messed with them.
All I really know with armadillos is you can use them as an XP farm in a way. Don't ask me how. But also the scoot they have creates dog armor. So that's like the primary use cases for the armadillo.
Okay. So it's probably just farming their armor, and when they curl up like that, it's probably harder to kill them.
Maybe, yeah. So it's something along those lines. All right. Well, like I said, that was basically just a few things. There's a bunch of debug overlay things, creative inventory issues, and resolving things, data pack version changes, data components. I'm not going to go over into everything, but of course, if you get a chance, you can look up on their website and you can dive a little bit deeper into their details. So let's actually get into, in my opinion, the more interesting of the conversations, and that's Hytale. MJ, why don't you take us away?
Yeah, it's not really news because if you open Hytale, nothing's really changed. It's what they call, it's a blog post really, and it's called First Look, Chapter 1, First Look. So what they've done here is they're telling us how they're going to redesign things, because there are a lot of redesign. So one of the things, one of the first things you do, of course, is you probably end up digging down for resources, and you're going to encounter things, and those encounters are now more managed. It did seem like whenever you did this first off, you always saw this little area that got generated that had some things in it, some loot, and maybe like a couple of goblins or something. So you had to fight them off. And now it seems like they're expanding this, like they're really playing with this and making it very expansive. The idea being that it's now like an encounter manager pulls up and it starts handling it. And so they're going to add things like machines. So these goblins have apparently been busy building stuff. So now you're going to encounter that, and it's going to be more like a tiered boss fight. So that's pretty nice. I mean, that's you think about how much better it already is beyond Minecraft, right? Because in Minecraft, you're in the dark, things generate, right? It throws mobs out there, and it doesn't do anything else. It just throws mobs out there in the dark. So you're already way past that. You already now have this encounter that's been managed for you. So at least one or two, enemies have been put in there, as well as some loot. And now you've got this encounter manager. They're basically expanding that like 10 times fold. And so now you're going to go into this dungeon that's going to be fairly fleshed out with machines that have been built. So I would imagine there's going to be maybe some puzzles that you got to solve, or things open or things close, or maybe some kind of traps that you're going to have to get through. So it's almost kind of more like I guess in Minecraft it would compare to the trail stuff, which I never encountered too much of that. But those little trail things that you got to solve, and there's also those other things that you have, which is all the copper and the those type of elements in it. I forget what they're called. My mind slips, but you remember what I'm talking about? Those dungeons, those special dungeons that are large, that have been developed now in Minecraft. But it's almost kind of like that, where this whole thing has been managed out now. It'll
Yeah,
come to me.
the
It'll come to me 10 minutes later.
trial
But
chambers.
yeah, trial
Right?
chambers.
Yeah,
That's
trial
it.
chambers. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. It kind of makes me think of that, only much more cinematic. So if it sure felt like that when I'm reading this, because you've got these machines, these big armors, these big guys, these brutes that are going to come along, and you're going to have these boss fights that are going to come down. It's a lot of eye candy too. Like it looks like they've enhanced a lot of the lighting. I mean, if you've seen some of these previews, they're pretty amazing. And I'm a little surprised that they put in, like, here's how we're managing this encounter, and they're doing like little areas that the little minions see, and what kind of minions you'll possibly encounter. It's so much more fleshed out, right? They also changed how it will, where you'll be able to generate, where you spawn in, and stuff like that. So you've got this multi-spawning. I don't necessarily understand it yet. Like how you go to the Forgotten Temple and you're doing stuff there. Well, now there's a goblin breach. So you can trigger this, and it's sort of a world event that happens. So I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of like little weird things that are going to happen. It's definitely building on the lore, building more of the encounter space, which already they've done so much more than what Minecraft. I hate the comparison because it's a different game, right?
Yep.
Minecraft, Hytale. I mean, obviously there could be competitors for your dollar as you're a young person trying to get into a game, but both have their merits, and it definitely seems like Hytale is trying to strike their own direction. Anything you saw interesting?
Just a lot of different things. They showcased carrying items, like not in your inventory, but actually picking certain blocks up. Like, say you need to pick up a crate and move it, or a chest and move it. You can do that. There's some mods with Minecraft that allow you to do things like that too. They're going to be adding more cosmetics. They're going to be adding abilities, mini games. All these things are in the pipeline for within the next, I think it was like 3 to 6 months. All these are going to roll out. Some of them pretty soon. So they
Skill
show a lot
trees.
of.
Yeah.
What's that?
Got some skill trees too, if
Yep.
I understand right. So your skill increases with certain things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the Orbis world, I think they mentioned something about that getting continued I mean, that was the point of that area, that hub, was to actually they were going to add more to progress it. But yeah, honestly, I highly recommend, if anybody has not gotten a chance to read this blog post. Again, it's Chapter 1, First Look, on the Hytale website. There is so much in it. We couldn't cover it all because we would just be here too long.
Well, there's like 10 videos in it, so yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, if you want to see even good mechanics and in play, they got that, which is neat. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited to see this game progress. It's just got a lot more of a lived in world feel. There was one thing that I saw that was kind of cool. There is, you can actually get, they're working on a companion system, so you can actually get some people and have them bring them with you to whatever place you're building. So the impression they gave is you're building a village. Well, a village looks pretty boring if there's nobody in it. Well, you can actually get some of the NPC characters, hire them, whatever, and then bring them to your village and assign them areas to be, or something along those lines. They didn't really get into a lot of detail.
Without a minecart?
Yeah, without a minecart, apparently not. I sure hope not. If that's the case, I'm going to be annoyed. But that will go a long way to making your builds feel more lived in. And I think that to me is one of those things that Minecraft is still kind of lacking in. It's cool to make your builds so much to that game. It's amazing, but it's really hard to make your world feel lived in without a bit more to it than what it currently has. So
They definitely have gone the route of, this is an RPG game. Yeah. This isn't a world blocky, go build whatever you want game like Minecraft. This is a RPG, right? So you're playing in a story, and how the story fleshes out, well, that's random. But so I like it. I like the different way of thinking about it, the way of developing a game. I do like it.
And I should mention too, like I think even in this article, like Simon, the creator of original, one of the main heads of Hytale, the owner, even he was saying it's still not where it needs to be. They're not expecting mass people coming back to play. They know the player count dropped off a lot, but they knew that was going to happen, and they aren't expecting it to go back up, at least to any big degree with these updates, because it's still not at that point where they feel like it's going to have that mass influx again. But for, I think, most of us, when these updates drop, we might be getting a bit more playtime in Hytale again, which, I mean, I'm always up for playing around with it. I'm excited about it.
They got a big, huge influx of gamers and money that first time, so hopefully they get what they need to continue development.
It was a success just from that opening. All right. Well, I think that covers most of our info here. MJ, you good?
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna get into some general news and some tidbits of the week. So these are just some big items. We have one we're going to talk about a little more in depth, and then we have just two really quick side points. So the first one is a discussion, and I, of course, would like everybody here to weigh in on their feelings on this. So if you got an idea or a thought, please throw it out there. But it has to do with Sony and them phasing out physical media. So if you keep up to date on any kind of news, gaming wise, tech wise, you may have seen this already. But Sony has been getting a massive consumer backlash for that announcement that they are going to be doing away with physical media. So PlayStation discs are planned on being completely phased out by January 2028. Which again, that kind of implies that their next PlayStation 6 ecosystem is probably going to be completely digital. Now, there's a lot of caveats to this, why people are so against it. And a big part of it is game ownership. And that, I think, is where this conversation can lie. What is your guys' opinions on the differences between owning a game and just having a digital copy that could technically be lost the second they decide it? What do you guys think? Any input? Oh, I'm just getting nods, shakes of heads.
I could go first.
Go for it, J-Man.
Okay. Okay, I was going to wait till someone else say something, but I have mixed feelings. I do know that there's some real advantage to having a hard copy disc, and but and I remember this when this came out with the Xbox One. I
Mhm.
remember this being an issue, and they originally were wanting to do that, and I was against it. I didn't like that idea at all. Well, I didn't. As I got deeper into new platforms and been able to get into new areas where this is digital gaming is more available,
Mhm.
it has been really nice. Call me lazy, but not to have to get off the couch to go change the disc out
Mhm.
and just play the next game. I do kind of like that, and part of it was like my original objection back in the Xbox One days was I'm a pity pincher and I will go buy the used disc. Well, now that I've been more familiar with the process, they go on sale all the time, and
Mhm.
I don't buy hardly anything full price anyway. I wait for a good sale and I get it. Now, the con to that is you could still not, they could shut down the servers or something problem with the servers and you no longer have access to that game with that platform, and that is a big con. But in reality, all the discs now, even if you were still have a hard copy disc, they're making these games, at least for Xbox, to where they still have to have an internet connection regardless. So if you can't get access to the server, even with a hard copy disc, you can't play it anyway.
Mhm.
So it's kind of, well, at that point, you might as well just get rid of the disc anyway. That so the only thing I would be worried about for a new console that doesn't have any disc for it at all is to not be able to play the retro games that were fully imprinted on the disc of previous PlayStations. But perhaps maybe they can make an adapter that could plug into a USB and do that. But that would be the one thing I'm concerned of, because I do, you can do the backwards play,
Mhm.
and if you don't, if your most modern console doesn't have that ability, well, then you got to lug the previous console to do all that, which you could probably do that too, but it would clean things up if you didn't have to do that. Um, but that's my take on it. Like, I enjoy the convenience of it. I don't buy them at full price anyway. I just buy them when they're on sale, and it is really nice not have to go rummage through all the different cartridges and having to change the disc out and all that when I want to change the game.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that input. Honestly, too, with not getting into it, that what you touched on too, with the needing internet access to even play certain things, or even with a disc, that's a whole topic in itself. We won't get into, but that, yeah, there's a lot of people that are not too happy about that idea either.
I
And
don't like
and
much that idea either.
well, and it makes sense because of, if they've done it before where they've stopped certain services, and then boom, the game that you spent, $60+ on is no longer, you can't use it anymore. But that goes back into like that whole legal thing, that legal battle with the uh oh, I forget what it's called now, that was going on with against gaming like that, or saving games, preserve game preservation or something. Anyway, what do you think, MJ? Though, do you think going to a completely digital access with discs or without discs, just digital everything? Do you think that's a good move?
Yeah, one of the problems with that is being able to sell your game, right?
Yeah.
You could use the disc and you could sell the disc, and then you wouldn't have that game anymore. But you could also load it on your console, copy it over, and then you could give it to someone else and they could copy it. So they were trying to get rid of those kind of things and be able to control them. It's usually under the umbrella of DRM, which is digital rights management. So they're trying to say, give you the right or the license to be able to play that game, and then they can revoke it so that you can no longer play that game. Even though you've bought the disc and the disc is sitting in your drive, you can no longer play it because they don't want you to, or they've banned you or whatever. So even if I disconnect from internet, I can't play it. I still can't play it. So yeah, that's rough. That's I don't like the corporate overreach, I would call it. Uh, Don't like it. There are nice things about having everything digital. I mean, I liked it whenever we first had the Nintendo. Nintendo was my first console, so it was being able to pick a game off of it and download it. Pay for it right there. That was very nice to be able to do that. I wouldn't have to go to the store. Especially getting off. You talked about getting off the couch just to change discs. You'd have to get off the couch and leave your home to go buy a disc. Right? Who wants to do that anymore, right? Like, look at Steam. Imagine if you had to go out and go buy all those games that you already have on Steam in your library. Would you have done it? Would you have so many games? Probably not. And just like you, I wait till they're on sale, right? So, I definitely lean more away from the corporate overlord strategy. I don't like it. We need to be able to disconnect from the world. Especially if I don't know, something happens and there's no internet, or internet doesn't work the way it used to. It doesn't work that way anymore. Because someone could change that. Someone could fundamentally change internet, and then it doesn't work that way anymore. Or your ISP decides to block that protocol, so you can no longer do that, or you'll have to go to a VPN service or something like that. It could get very in the weeds, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I don't like it.
And I think for me, I have mixed feelings on it because I do have Steam, and Steam is all digital, and I like that. But I also recently just started playing around with GOG, and their philosophy is very different when it comes to this stuff. Like, if you buy a game through GOG, you actually get the actual files, whereas with Steam, it's you get access to the files, but you don't get the files. As far as what I was understanding, so like you couldn't actually just preserve that game yourself, and if anything ever happened to Steam, then you'd automatically lose all those games. And that's, I think, one of the downsides to stuff like that. But the idea of people losing stuff that they spent a lot of money on just out of the complete whim of a company is kind of sad to me, because it really shows a not caring about the customer base that actually has been making things. That's just kind of how I feel about it in general, personally. But that there's understandable why PlayStation's been getting a lot of hate. But as J-Man just brought up, there's other sides to this. There's certain positive things about doing an all digital setup. There are, we just don't know. We don't know what it'll turn into. Eventually, with as sad as it sounds, I think a purely digital world is what's going to happen with gaming at some point. Don't know when, but that's my thinking. It's going to happen eventually. So.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the day that someone will hack it, and then you can just go to this website and just copy this code and just do this, and then it'll work.
You always have the pirates. The pirates are always.
You always got the pirates, right? Hey, our heroes, right?
Our heroes.
Well, sort of. Yeah.
Well, and
Right.
it also gives you a reason to convince the wife to keep the old 360 still on the counter.
Yeah.
And all the games you have for it. So you don't need internet to do it. If the internet's down, we can still play games.
We don't play on this console anymore. No. Keep it. Keep it.
Mhm.
I love
keeping this.
I love the comment: if buying is not owning, then piracy is not stealing.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Fun fact. You ever seen that warning that comes up on like DVDs or something? FBI warning.
Yeah.
You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't steal a car, would you? If I could download a car, I sure would. Yeah. Well, anyway, do you ever see those? Maybe
Oh, yeah.
it's
I
showing
know
my
what
age,
you're talking
right?
about. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But here's the thing about that. The font that they use to show that, if you remember what it looked like, there's a little font that they put the text on there with. It's kind of a digitally type font. They didn't pay for that.
Yeah.
They stole it. And they never licensed it. They used an unlicensed copy of it. They took that font from the person who made it, never paying them a dime.
Was this for the commercial, or is this the FBI warning?
It's just the FBI warning that comes up. So you got to look at it real close. But there's like a special font that they put it on there. I mean, it's like any other font. It's like Arial or whatever, but Times New Roman or whatever. But the font that they actually picked, they did not pay for. It's one of those things where you like look at something on the internet and you're like, I'll just take that. Well, the FBI thought they could do that too. Really?
Interesting.
You could just take something off the internet and just use it however you like. Interesting. Interesting.
It's
Told
okay
you.
if they
Fun
do.
fact.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? No.
I told you. It's a fun fact.
It's a fun fact.
I more take it everybody's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
They probably. I just think they didn't know at the time, and they figured it out later. So it's
Probably.
great.
Yeah.
They didn't realize it. Oh, I can't just download that off the internet and take it. No. You got to pay people when they make things.
It just makes sense. All right, we got two more just little tidbits. We'll keep going on these. I'll just cover the first one. It's a little short, and then another short one. MJ will cover the second one. It's GTA 6 smashes pre-order records. It generated an estimated $260 million globally in its first week. So that is a lot of money for a game to just for pre-orders in week one. That's crazy. But there you go. There's an interesting little factoid for gaming this week. MJ?
I mean, it's already surpassed like the whole putting out a game. I know we don't discuss these, but putting out a game is a lot like Hollywood, where they try to recoup their, losses whenever they're making a movie, and so they always do that opening day. How much did we earn on opening day? Now it's all how much you earn on the opening day of a game. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, well, Bethesda has officially confirmed that they are releasing Fallout 5. It is going to in early, they call it early pre-production. So that's pretty early, right? And always when they do that, where they tend to, is that they'll go back to their older games and they'll do a re-release, I guess, like a remaster. So it says official remasters for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are also in development. So I guess they're going to keep working with Obsidian, and I guess keep going with that whole IP, I guess, intellectual property. They're going to keep milking that for what it is. If you like the Fallout universe, there you go.
There you go. And there you go. 2 tidbits for this week on top of PlayStation's news. All right, so now we'll just briefly get into some tools of the week. So tools of the week are anything that maybe me and MJ have found or used and played around with that we really like. So MJ, why don't you start off? What was your tool this week?
It's called Photopea, as in PEA. Photopea.com. It's a free online photo editor. It's very, very useful. It's free, useful. It's got a lot of tools. It's almost like a photo editor like Photoshop right there in your browser. So I thought it was really cool.
Nice. Pretty. Does it have extended tools or is it pretty basic?
Yeah, it's not basic.
Cool.
You can do a lot.
I like GIMP. But, yeah.
GIMP is overkill for most people, but it's got a lot of good tools.
Cool.
Photoshop honestly is too.
Yeah, Photoshop. I feel like they've improved that a lot too. All right, and then for me, I just thought of a program called Animaze. I don't think I talked about this, so if I did, oops.
I don't remember.
But it's basically a software that's designed for things like live streaming. What you do is it helps you to generate an avatar. However you have it set up, you can use one of their pre-made ones. You could put your own in there. But then it will use that avatar instead of your own face cam. So instead of being you in your live streams, you could have this little character be you in the corner of the screen. So that's kind of just a real basic one. And they have free tiers, which just give you some simple functionality. And then, like most things, you pay some subscription stuff and you can get more.
So you could be a cat.
Yes.
I am a cat.
think you can be a fish too, and a raccoon.
Or like a peanut butter sandwich.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I bet somebody's thought of it. But there you go. So just two simple tools of the week for everybody. But that brings us into our primary big topic from the minds of MJ, Blue, J-Man, and Vonder. So we got the four person team here to kind of dive deeper into Subnautica 2. So we're just going to kind of give an overall impressions, feels for the game in general. Maybe we could start with you, J-Man. What was your thoughts so far on Subnautica 2? Obviously, the game's still in production. It's not complete by any stretch of the word. They're still going. But what do you think? What have been your feelings, especially compared to the first one?
It's been enjoyable to have a new map and some new vessels and a new storyline to go through. I found it was kind of like it seemed though it kind of going like the Force Awakens with compared to New Hope. It was like kind of the same story a little bit, and so but I have not finished the story, mind you. You got it. But where I've got to at this point, it seems like it's like a little bit of a revisit of the same story here. But I really, I mean, I enjoy the whole concept of it, and I like now that it's a little bit more streamlined for multiple people on the same game. That's been a really enjoyable experience as well. So I'm looking forward to the modding community to jump in and really start to be able to mod some stuff in. I'm sure it's coming. Someone's going to bring a Cyclops in. I'm down for that. And the Prowler. Like I so far these vessels in this one it's like yeah, we did need something new. We needed something new, but this wasn't it for me. It's like it doesn't beat a Cyclops or it might beat Seamoth, maybe. But anyway,
I do feel so naked in a tadpole, you know.
yeah.
Like anything could just eat me, you know.
Yeah, you had a little bit more. You had some torpedoes you can have with the Seamoth and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to the modding community being able to get some features in there that I'm looking forward to. I'm sure they're going to do it. But I enjoyed the game, and I played with other people, and I played with just played with family, and then we enjoyed the experience. It was fun.
Nice. Vonder, how about you? What's been your thoughts? Did you have some more there, J-Man? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't have as great of an opinion as J-Man because I didn't get through Subnautica 1 all the way, but I have watched him play. So, yeah, I need to go back.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's terrifying. I feel like
you have a couch there, right? So just go ahead and lay down.
Yeah. Therapist. I feel like Subnautica 2 was easier to follow.
Okay.
But it probably also helped that I had watched certain people up to a point play it. So I'm like, okay, I kind of know what to do next. But then a lot of it I didn't watch, and I just followed the storyline. So I felt like Subnautica 2 was easier to follow the storyline than the first Subnautica. But I am going to go back and fresh new game Subnautica 1 and try to see if I can actually do it. But there is a Leviathan in Subnautica 1 that terrifies me, and J-Man knows it.
I believe you were hinting towards that earlier. Do you guys care to share what happened?
I'm not good at telling that story, so
and the audience may it unbeknownst to them, we're part of it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
you guys were running an episode, and a number of episodes back, and we were playing in the background, Vonder and I, and playing the game. And so I had set up at my base. She was on my map, and was just playing around with the base. And she had gone off to do something, and I was looking for what I can put as decorations, and I came across this thing. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. So there's an upper level. I intentionally left it dark with no windows. And I put 2 of the Reaper Leviathans right there just because I didn't know which way, when she came up the ladder, which way she was going to look. And then as the audience will pick up on if they watch that episode again, she goes up that ladder and she goes, and I listened to the podcast. You didn't hear her say that, but you heard Dick start laughing, and he says that yes, her brother just scared her, and while she's playing Subnautica, so
We
It
caught
was
it
pretty-
live.
we caught it
Yeah.
live. Well, yeah.
I think I edited the audio pretty well in that episode. It
Oh,
didn't
you
pick
did
it up.
edit it. Okay, I didn't know you edited it. I was listening
What?
for it.
I don't think I took it out. I think it just background noise. The software I used did a good job of cutting
I see.
it out.
I see. Yes.
It was definitely a jump scare.
Oh yeah, she was definitely freaking out there for a second.
I scored one for all all the big brothers out in the world there. Made them all proud.
Yep. Yep, just scaring their little
enough.
sisters. Yeah.
Mhm.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Golfer's
clap.
Cup.
Golfers clap.
Yep.
Anything else to add there, Vonder?
Well, I don't want to give any spoilers. There is another Leviathan that
People know there's Leviathans, so
Yeah.
general.
this one is pretty scary, and you don't. What makes it even scarier is the music that goes with it. Now, I don't know if that was the same thing in the first game, Subnautica, but it is.
Gets you every time.
It gets your heart pumping, like your heart racing, because you're like, because the music gets louder the closer it gets to you. So when it's super loud in your ears, oh, you're gonna die.
You
That's
actually had
good
a
game
close
design.
call with one, right?
Yeah, I watched this particular gamer. What is his name?
Co
Yeah,
Carne or something like
Carne.
that.
I don't remember his name. Anyway, I watched his whole playthrough, and I had already gone up to a certain point, so I didn't feel bad about watching it. But he had a way of avoiding this particular Leviathan, and he did it the whole time, his whole gameplay. He just avoided the Leviathan. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try that same method. Nope, didn't work.
It went for her, and she was freaking out because the
Yeah.
music was loud.
So yeah, anyway, no spoilers for those who haven't gotten that far, but I did finish the early access. They have just come up with a recent update, but it's not adding to the story yet. That's in the future. But it's just like certain fixes and certain game quality things that just have made it nicer. Like they added a sprint, which even the particular gamer I was watching, he's like, I really need a sprint. You need a sprint when you're on land or in your base. So they added that. They added some missing data info for certain things you would scan, and it would just say coming soon. So they added a couple things for that. I remember when I first started playing it, because I believe in the first game you can attack certain fish and they like go away for a little while and then they come back. But in this one, you try to attack them and they didn't do anything. So that was something they fixed. They do have a fleeing behavior now once you attack them. So that was nice. You can actually defend yourself to a degree. They also added an FOV slider in the settings. I haven't messed with it. It's fine where it is for me. If you're playing multiplayer now, which Blue and I played the other night, and it was a little creepy, the other person will look at you and it will follow you. It's so it has eye tracking.
Yeah,
and it actually blinks too.
The character, yeah.
But it doesn't really work so well because when, like, at the very, very beginning of the game, when you put your hand into the angel comb thing and you get the adaptation, like, my character was looking all the way over at his character and it just looked weird. So
it was a little creepy, yeah.
It was a little creepy. And then another perk is they have had audio logs no longer autoplay, which is nice because when you are playing multiplayer and you have all these things going on, all these people talking around you, and you're 30 seconds, all that going off, when you autoplay something like a black box, it just you lose it. You don't get it. You don't hear what they say because there's just too much going on. So what
In
it
10
does
seconds, you
now,
will die.
yeah. Well, that will always still play. The 30 seconds, oxygen, all that stuff isn't important, and that will always play. But when you go up to something called a black box, or I don't remember the other ones, audio logs, I think that's what they call it. You click on it, then you have to open your PDA and listen to them in there. I think the black boxes do actually autoplay, but the audio logs don't autoplay. So those are just a couple updates that there's a whole lot, but these are the ones I appreciated the most.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good to see. I mean, I'm glad they're pumping out the updates because we want more Subnautica too. Right? How about you, MJ? What's been your overall opinions of the game so far?
I like, there's a lot of things about the mechanics of living on a alien water world that are just pretty standard. And so I like that they took that because that was a win in the first game. That's what everyone loved. So copy and paste that into number 2. So good job, on Subnautica for that, for Unknown Worlds, for making that way. I do like the atmospheric changes because to me it's all about the atmosphere, and that's exactly what Vonder was alluding to. Is like the music, the heart pumping music, starts to happen. So you get those feelings of dread, that something's near you, and you're so small in this really large ocean, so you get that concept, and that's good. Another thing I like about 2 is that they did a fundamental change, and it was you are not king here. And you can't be king. You will never be king. So that's different from 1, because in 1 you could build a vast base, and you could kit it out, and you could kit yourself out, and you could defeat anything, even the worst Leviathan. Well, you could kill it eventually, or you could do whatever. It wasn't a threat anymore. But in 2, you are always under threat. So to me, that felt different, and I think I like it better. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people that hate that, right? Because they want to get into a game and be able to be the best at something and to get good. That's the idea. But it kind of felt more to me like The Long Dark, where it's like, no, you will succumb. You will succumb. You are not the king here. You're not the top tier. So that felt good. I like that sort of game. So for me, that was good. I know some people are complaining about it, but it makes sense. And it makes it into more of an adventure. Here's a world, we're going to throw you in it, and you're going to have an adventure, rather than you're going to own everything. So to me, I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, MJ. Give me my bear coat and my bow. I can own.
You can own
Black
it,
Bear
right?
Island.
You can own that. That's the thing about Long Dark, is you think you own it, and that's when you
think
die.
you own it. That's when you die. Yeah, I give you that.
Die.
I give you that.
Because sure enough, you'll forget something, and you're off on the peak of some mountain, and you're like, "Where's my bedroll?
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Did I leave that somewhere? I don't have a bedroll."
Or you get the hubris, and you sit there and too confident against Timberwolf without a fire. You're like, I can do this. Yeah.
I've been there, and it's like, man, I have never drunk so much coffee because I had to get all the way back to my bed. Just stupid. It was stupid. Stupid mistake. But that's what will kill you. And in a real survival situation, in a desperate environment like that, stupidity kills you. You forgot one thing. And to me, that's what Subnautica 2 is starting to feel like. Like, you're only playing here. You do not own this.
Interesting take. I like it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think it was well said.
I mean, anybody that's played even a little bit of the story so far, what is it called? Mansfield syndrome?
Yes.
Is that what it's
in the story?
In the story, the disease, you're gonna succumb to it eventually, and then the Noah will reset you.
It's very. I am very
the Noah
curious.
God.
Noah. Is Noah bad or is he good?
According to your other brother, bad.
My other brother
Bad.
has come here to play Subnautica 2, and he only has slivers of time. And it is hard not to tell him what to do, because he just sits there sometimes and does nothing when he has only 30 minutes. And it's like, you could be productive. But no, you're playing with the border, going back and forth. to see the Leviathan on the other side.
See the ghost Leviathans that,
Yeah.
that eat you?
And
that one-shot you. One-shot you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And he wants to know nothing. He doesn't want to know anything. Unless he asks. I mean, he rarely asks. But
which is commendable. He doesn't want any spoilers. Yeah.
But I do appreciate his reactions when he comes across certain things. Like one of the Leviathans that I was talking about earlier. High-pitched screams. No, not high-pitched. More like very loud, window bursting, deep...
running for his life.
Yeah. Yeah, those are fun. But he
That's when you know a game is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and for the record, he was actually he was a diehard Subnautica 1 fan. Loved that game. But here's the thing. He loved it for VR. It was a massive VR Subnautica fan. Mm-hmm. And when he heard that Subnautica 2 didn't have VR,
at least yet.
Maybe they will eventually.
Maybe they will.
But he was really disappointed. He said he has never had a gaming environment as immersive as Subnautica in VR. And he loves it so much. And don't get me wrong, when he comes and plays, he's loving it too. But it's just not the same feel for him, which he really loved that.
Maybe they'll do it in VR one day.
Possible. Very possible. And I know for me, I didn't get into it right away because when I did eventually buy it, it was when some people were over and they wanted to play. So I'm like, all right, we'll pick it up. I'll pick it up as well so they can play together. And it was fun watching them play. And then finally this week, me and Vonder are like, all right, let's do our own world. And getting into it's been fun. There's always that grind in the beginning of resources for any kind of survival game, which can be a little tedious to a degree. But the progression is what kind of makes it worth it. To your guys' notes about the tadpoles, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I do like what I've seen with the tadpoles. Just throwing it out there, tadpole is literally just a baby frog that will grow and change. So maybe there's going to be a non-tadpole in the future, an adult version. Just
driving around a frog.
Like, something along those lines.
That'll make me feel so safe.
A hopper?
There was one gamer, I don't remember his evidence that he presented, but he does feel like there will be a submarine in one of the updates because of something. But I honestly don't remember what he said. But he feels like there's going to be a submarine of some kind.
Either way, the tadpole's a really nice feature. I do like that a lot. And I'm actually really enjoying the storyline too. Like, I'm very curious. There is apparently a lot more lore to this from the company that's making the game in relation to other games that they've made that they're making connections to. I don't know how much that is accurate, but I've been hearing that, and I'm actually kind of curious to dig into it a little bit more.
I will say this. It's not a spoiler, but would it be called an Easter egg, I guess?
Probably.
But the particular hole, whatever, that you started out in, that the shipwreck was in, that you had to burst out of, you can actually go
deep down.
Back there. It is possible to go back there. And if you keep going down, you will find something at the very bottom.
Easter egg.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, the devs did something funny there.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you guys very much for getting into this. Did anybody have anything else they wanted to add in relation to Subnautica 2? Would you recommend it to people even though it's not completed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so you got the Gaming with MJ and Blue group here. If you guys are interested, we think it's a good game to try out, even though it's not done yet.
It's fun with friends too.
Yeah, I like the official multiplayer side to it. That is nice. All right. Well, thank you all again for everything that we were able to chat about tonight. We want to, of course, complete our episode with some concluding comments. Of course, we have our website, mjandbluegaming.card.co. Card is spelled with 2 R's. So if you want, you can check us out there. We have links to socials. We have some bios. We have our emails there. If you really want to send an email in, all that's there. And of course, as we said, send us messages. Usually, it seems like commenting on these through YouTube has been the most engagement we've been getting. So if that's the easiest way, if you have some comments, please comment there. Let us know what you think. We try to respond, and I know we don't always get to it, but we do try. So if you do, maybe share with us your history of gaming. Maybe share your hot takes on Subnautica 2 if you've been playing it. Maybe you disagree with some of the stuff that we've said. Maybe that's not how your feelings on it. Please share it. I'd like to hear more. And maybe we'll even share that in a future episode, maybe relating some of your feelings on it. Of course, if you feel like you got some value out of this podcast, can think about maybe supporting us at Buy Me a Coffee. We have an account there, and it's in our description. So every little bit helps. And it helps us to continue the podcast. Give us more coffee. Yeah. But yeah, so that will conclude our episode. I have been Blue.
I have been MJ.
Today's episode has been brought to you by the letters MJ, by the letters JM, by the letter V, and it has been brought to you by the color blue.
Nice sign off.
Goodbye.
Vonder says bye.
Goodbye.